Good morning, grade 5 girls. Today we will complete our lesson 5. What are asteroids, meteors, comets, and moons? Today is Wednesday, 15 April 2020. All of you open 293. Lesson objective. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to investigate the differences between moons, asteroids, comets, and meteors. Today we will study about comets. You see here in the picture, here we have comets. You will find it in the night sky. A comet is a ball of mostly ice that moves around in outer space. Comets are often described as dead snowballs. They are very different from asteroids. The orbital inclination of comets are usually high and not near to the elliptical where most solar objects are found. This is a comet Lulin here. They have long tails because the sun melts the ice. Now here, I want to show you here a video about comets before we start.
All the comets that we can see from Earth are orbiting the sun, but some belong to a special group called sun-grazing comets. Sun-grazers are comets that come very close to the sun at their nearest approach, a point called perihelion. To be considered a sun-grazer, a comet needs to get within about 850,000 miles from the sun at perihelion. Many come even closer, even to within a few thousand miles. Being so close to the sun is very hard on comets for many reasons. They are subjected to a lot of solar radiation, which boils off their water or other volatiles. The physical push of the radiation and the solar wind also helps form the tails, and as they get closer to the sun, the comets experience extremely strong tidal forces, or gravitational stress. In this hostile environment, many sun-grazers do not survive their trip around the sun. They don't actually crash into the solar surface, but the sun destroys them anyway. Many sun-grazing comets follow a similar orbit, called the Kreutz path, and collectively belong to a population known as the Kreutz group. In fact, close to 85% of the sun-grazers seen by the SOHO satellite are on this orbital highway. Scientists think one extremely large sun-grazing comet broke up hundreds or even thousands of years ago, and the current comets on the Kreutz path are the leftover fragments of it. As clumps of remnants make their way back around the sun, we experience a sharp increase in sun-grazing comets, which appears to be going on now. Comet Lovejoy, which reached perihelion on December 15, 2011, is the best known recent Kreutz group sungrazer, and so far it is the only one that NASA's Solar Observing Fleet has seen survive its trip around the sun. Comet Izon, an upcoming sungrazer with perihelion on November 28, 2013, is not on the Kreutz path. In fact, Izon's orbit suggests that it may gain enough momentum to escape the solar system entirely and never return. Before it does so, it will pass within about 40 million miles from Earth on December 26th, assuming it survives its trip around the sun. All comets are great laboratories for scientists to learn more about our solar system, but sun-grazing comets can also help us learn about the sun. Their tails of ionized gas illuminate invisible magnetic fields, so they can act as a tracer, helping scientists observe these normally unseeable features. Such fields have even ripped off comet tails, allowing astronomers to watch them blowing in the solar wind, a wind that abruptly accelerates between 1 and 5 million miles from the sun. Because of this, researchers will be watching Izon and other sun-grazing comets very closely. And since we are in a period of high sun-grazing comet activity, scientists can expect many more chances to watch these beautiful, natural research satellites in the coming years.
Okay, let's complete our lesson now. So, what is the meaning of comet? A comet, a frozen mass of different types of ice and dust orbiting the sun. So again, what is it, comet? Who can repeat it for us? Okay, a frozen mass of different types of ice and dust orbiting the sun. Rocky matter may be frozen in the ice. Comets come from areas of the solar system beyond Neptune. Most pass through the solar system in very stretched out and elliptical paths. Several comets a year may travel into the solar system and orbit the sun. You may not see them, though only the largest comets can be seen without telescope. At certain time each year, meteor showers take place. This occurs why meteor shower take place because occurs when Earth passes through the orbit of a comet. The orbit of a comet. Okay, a comet heats up and loses dust and rocky matter each time. It orbits the sun. It orbits the sun. These loose pieces remain in the comet orbit. When these pieces collide with Earth's atmosphere, they become meteors. Discovering a comet is exciting. Most comets today are found by people who use telescope. So how can we find most comets? By people who use telescope to photograph the sky each night. Now, the photos may show fuzzy objects. Another clue is that stars stay in the same relative position with other stars, but comets do not. If an unknown object keeps changing position compared with the stars over a few hours or days, it might be a comet. If you are the first person to discover comet, it could be named after you. Here we have a comet lolling in the sky. Who can read for us question number 3? Yes, cause and effect. What causes a meteor shower? As I told you, Earth passes through orbit of a comet, loses pieces of the comet, become meteors when they collide with Earth atmosphere. So become meteors when they are collide with Earth atmosphere. Thank you, my dear student, for your listening, and we will complete our lesson, inshallah, on uh, on Sunday next week.